The Minnesota Vikings took down their division rival, the Detroit Lions, and if that doesn't get you hyped up, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do on today's video. So, if before we get into today's show, I want you to go ahead, smash that like button because the Vikings took down the Lions, and I think you're really going to like what I have to show you all today. Minnesota Vikings winners and losers after a 19-17 victory over the Detroit Lions. Today's show presented by Manscaped. Their slogan, your balls will thank you. And if you want your balls to thank you, you need to go to manscaped.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. So the Vikings win 19-17 in a pretty close game. Personally, I think that Minnesota should have been able to come out with a little bit larger of a victory. But again, you're seeing a defense that was able to really step up. The offense struggled a little bit here and there through the air. Luckily, Alexander Mattison was an absolute monster on the ground and even through the air. It was a close one, but at the end of the day, you came away with a W. So if you guys are looking for news, rumors, analysis the entire season, guess what? Chat Sports, our entire team, we got you covered. Make sure you hit that big red button underneath the video that you see right there. It says subscribe. That way you never miss a thing. And if you want to be an overachiever, turn on those notifications because as soon as we drop a video, I want you to get it right on your phone. You're like, oh, all right, it's not a booty call from Manscaped, but guess what? It's a brand new video from Chat Sports. So coming up now, I got my 5 biggest winners and my 5 biggest losers. At number 5, and this is a ranking system, so 5 is not quite as good as number 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys went to school, right? At number 5, it's Everson Griffen. Let's hop back into a time machine. This guy had 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 quarterback hits, and one of the players that he did this up against was Penei Sewell, the very first offensive tackle taken in this past year's draft out of Oregon. A dude who I was like, this kid's going to be one of the best linemen. Everson Griffen made him look like a dummy. Let's go to number 4 here. Justin Jefferson. He just continues to be able to show that he is one of the best young wide receivers, not only now, but I think that we've actually maybe have ever seen. The numbers that he put up as a rookie, incredible. The numbers that he's putting up this season also are very impressive. 7 catches on 7 targets or 8 targets, 124 yards, no touchdowns. He's clearly the number 1 wide receiver on this team. At number 3, Danielle Hunter. One of the biggest reasons why I was a little bit worried about this Vikings D is simply because I didn't know how healthy Hunter was going to be. When he's out there on the field, when he's fully healthy, you can make the argument he's one of the best defensive ends in the entire league. 14.5 sacks back-to-back years. Then he started battling some back injuries. He had 4 tackles, a sack. I think he had 2 tackles for a loss, and then 3 quarterback hits in this game. A major, major impact, and one of the reasons why Jared Goff was looking like Jared Goof. At number 2, I'm going to go with Alexander Mattison. His ability to really totally transform this game was one of the biggest reasons why they ended up winning this game. Now, I get it. You didn't have Dalvin Cook. And when you don't have one of the best players in the league, one of the best running backs, it's probably going to hurt you. But credit this offense of really being able to stick to what they do. 25 carries, 113 yards. He also had 7 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. A major, major game for the kid out of Boise State. The biggest winner, it's going to go to Eric Kendricks. And when you look at how this defense impacted this game, if you're going to be able to hold any NFL team to 17 points and you're able to win a game, or if you only score 19 points and you win a game, that kind of goes on the shoulders of your defense. Your leader right now in the defensive unit is by far Eric Kendricks. 8 tackles. He had an interception in this game, which went for 22 yards. He's flying all over the field. I personally believe that the biggest winner was, in fact, Eric Kendricks. Now, I know you guys are always out there yelling "skull," and I appreciate that. And if you guys want to throw a skull down in the comments, I would love to see it. So let me know, y'all, who was the Vikings' biggest winner up against the Detroit Lions this past week? I anticipate getting some Alexander Mattisons in there. I anticipate getting some Eric Kendricks, Danielle Hunters, obviously, heck, even Everson Griffen. Let me know if there's somebody that I missed. Please, let me know down in the comment section. Now, again, Manscaped, y'all, they're obviously helping us turn on the lights here, and if you don't know, they're going to help you turn on your girl as well. Why? Studies show that 60% of guys that use Manscaped, 60% of the time, it works every time. 20% off and free shipping. All you got to do, go to manscaped.com/chat. I'm going to say it again because maybe you were actually like thinking, oh, wow, I wonder if this guy's serious. Yes, I'm serious. Manscaped.com/chat. Promo code chat to be able to save 20% off and get free shipping. The products that I personally recommend, the Lawnmower 4.0 fits great in your hand. It's got an awesome battery life. They have something called the Perfect Package. Why? Because if you use it, your package is going to look perfect. And I just tried their brand new body wash. Dude, I know, you remember all those old commercials with Axe, like you spray it and the girls come after you? This is like guaranteed to be able to do that exact same damn thing. So usually it's $87.99. No, we're going to cut some of those prices down, save 20%. Manscaped.com/chat. If there's any reason why you couldn't get a date on Halloween, it's a you problem, not a Manscaped problem. Let's go to the biggest losers, all right? We got Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle. He was able to play in this game. He didn't start, but obviously, you know, if you're drafted in the first round, you want to see a little bit more out of him. Played in 28 snaps, and even when he was on the field, I wasn't overly impressed. He might still be battling some injuries, but I do have to at least put him on the loser category. At number 4, Sheldon Richardson. When you bring in Sheldon Richardson in the offseason, you're hoping that he can stop some of the running game. He didn't stop nothing this game. He didn't have any tackles. The running game for Detroit, not that it was good, but Amir Abdullah and Jamal Williams were just running a little bit too freely. You're hoping that Richardson could have done a little bit more. At number 3, Chris Herndon. You traded a 4th-round pick for Herndon from the New York Jets. He played in 7 snaps and has not really looked good whatsoever when he's even been on the field. I believe he was the lowest graded PFF player this past week for Minnesota. He's got to be a clear loser. At number 2, Oli Udoh. And for the right guard position, if you're going to try to really establish the run, you got to be a little bit better. And this guy just simply was not good this past week. A week 5 grade at 41.1 on PFF. Imagine getting a 41 and telling your parents about it. They wouldn't be very happy either. At number 1, the biggest loser here, I'm going to go with Anthoy Barr. And Anthoy Barr has that name value. He has the name value that you're looking for because a lot of people know who he is. However, a lot of times if a team is trying to convert a 3rd down or try to pick up a clutch 1st down, they target Barr. He can't cover anybody right now. Sure, he had 4 tackles. That's great. I sometimes think tackles are the most overrated statistic in football because sometimes when you're getting a lot of tackles, it means you're getting burned a lot, and then you got to tackle somebody. But his coverage rate right now is probably one of the worst in the NFL at the linebacker position. So what do you guys think here? Let me know. Who is the biggest loser up against the Detroit Lions for the Minnesota Vikings? If you don't like my 5, hey, guess what? Chat Sports, I want to know, man. That's what this show here is all about. So please, go ahead. Let me know down in the comments section who was the Vikings' biggest loser up against the Lions. Vikings winners and losers after a 19-17 victory over the Detroit Lions. Mitchell Renz from Chat Sports here, ready to take you through the 5 biggest winners and the 5 biggest losers. First, though, we're going to talk about some of the key stat guys again one more time. You got Jared Goff, 21-35, 203 yards and a pick. DeAndre Swift, 11 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown, though. Williams also had over 50 yards rushing. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 grabs for 65. And then the Vikings, you had some key guys here with the Kirk Cousins. 275 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. But Alexander Mattison was probably the key story on offense. Speaking of which, here are my 5 leaders here for the biggest winners up against Detroit. Everson Griffen made Penei Sewell look like a young man. Justin Jefferson, Danielle Hunter, Eric Kendricks with a clutch interception. The biggest losers. Some of y'all are probably going to get mad at me for putting Anthoy Barr on this list, but I'm sorry. He is probably the biggest liability on the defensive side of the football that Minnesota has right now. So anytime we talk about games, I like to let you guys know what I personally thought of it, and one of the easiest ways is to give it a grade. The grade that I'm going to go ahead and give the Vikings up against the Lions is probably going to be a C grade, which is an average game. Did they come away with a win? Yes, they were 9-point favorites in this one. I was expecting a little bit more, but if you can beat a division rival, and if you can do it in a pretty commanding fashion, even though they only won by 2 points, I still think that's worth a C grade.